Ladies and gentlemen, it is a cold, scary, weird world out there, and here we stand, folks, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, that's ProBoh, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
How are we doing out there, folks? Yeah, welcome to another exciting episode of The ProBoh Show. If you're listening to this on Vaughan Radio, it's currently Monday morning, 8:30. You know, welcome. You guys live in the future. Right now, for us live, for my my amazing warriors watching the show live, it is 8 o'clock on a Friday. Is there a better time? I don't think so. I think so. I don't know what time Jesus was born, but it was probably 8 o'clock on a Friday. Actually, Jesus has the best birthday ever. It was Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, wrong. It was probably around April time. Yeah. Don't believe what they say in the books, folks. You are fake news. We've got a bunch of amazing humans in the chat with us today. We've got Ravdos, Tiny Justice, The Bridge, Gandalf, Luby, Sasha Hayes. Oh my God. Close the doors, guys. Don't let anyone in. Don't let anyone else in. We can't trust them. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Rob Grams, a.k.a. ProBoh. Nice to see you, and you're listening to The ProBoh Show. And a special shout-out to all you amazing, sexy, delicious podcast listeners. How is it every time you download another podcast, you just get a little bit more sexy? I don't know. I don't know how that works. It just so happens that you do. How do you download the podcast? Just basically search. It's everywhere. Jesus was... Okay, we go. We're dropping facts. Gandalf. Jesus was born between 7 and 8 p.m. How do I know? Because it's always between 7 and 8 p.m. somewhere. True story. True story. All right, so what have we got coming up in the show today? We have got two delectable complete the news items. We've got an interesting, fun and scary 100 humans for today. And, of course, an unpopular opinion. And my opinion on this may surprise you a little bit. Oh, Jesus. But what's happened today? Well, I think the kind of highlight for today for me was my girlfriend fat-shaming me. I think that was my highlight moment.
That's not... No.
Okay.
That's not true.
Look, she says that's not true. I'm gonna give you a play-by-play, guys. I'm going to give you a play-by-play. Ladybird prepared me a delicious salmon with rice and some kind of tomato sauce for lunch. It was delicious. I enjoyed it. Even though it was fish, I pretended it was something else. Like bad-tasting pork. I don't know. No, it was delicious. I'm kidding. And somehow, the Tupperware was broken. Okay, now you know what Tupperware's like, especially the Tupperware we have. You know, it's cheap and flimsy, kind of plastic. Could have happened in any way, couldn't it? Because I put it in my rucksack, backpack, however you want to say it. I put it in there while I transport it to the office.
I put it in there.
Ladybug put it in there. Okay, I won't take that away from her. Anything could have happened in what was like a 9 or 10 hour day. You know what she said to me, folks? No. You know what? First, she in her mind she was like, I know how this industrial accident took place.
It was very broken.
Rob, did you sit on it? I'm just going to let that hang in the air so everyone can feel the indignation that I felt for a moment. Fat shaming me.
No.
Sasha Hayes, I won't be staying too long. I need to sleep at some point. Oh, you get extra points if you stay up to 5 p.m. to listen to the show. AM, sorry. I'm just saying. You say, when did the point system come into effect? Right now. And it's just for you, Sasha. So let's see. Your head makes your body look smaller with the amount of ego it holds. We definitely need a ladybug. That would have gotten a ladybug.
Yeah, yeah. I need it.
Oh, man. Yes, that's like a clock that is always right twice every 24 hours when it's broken. That's from the bridge. Rob's big bum broke it. My big bum didn't break it.
Yeah.
Now you see what you've done, Ladyboy. You've added this to everyone's head canon.
You did.
If they ever make a story of my life and they don't say he sat on a tupper and broke it, all the fans will react. Just like the Star Wars movies. You know what I mean? Oh, you think it should have happened like that. Rob's big old booty, says Gandalf. Hey, you know, more cushion for the pushing. More cushion for the pushing. Have you ever heard that expression before?
No.
Okay, well, there you go.
In Spanish?
How do you say cushion? Almohada is pillow.
Cojín.
Cojín. Bueno, or cushion. Yeah, más cojín para empujar.
Para empujar.
Para empujar.
Nivelazo.
Thank you. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. So early into today's show, and I'm already getting the nivelazos. My God. Did the tupper contain tomato? It did. I mean, look. One does not simply just eat a lunch and then leave grains of rice. No. When I eat my lunch, like, you know, I eat every single grain of rice, every drop of tomato sauce. Maximum, there were a few flakes of salmon. Got some junk in the trunk. Oh, I love it. Nuria Tam, how you doing? Welcome. Oh my God, now we have to close the doors. Nuria Tam's here. Now we can close the doors. Nobody else gets in. So yeah, that was the highlight of my day. You know, getting fat shamed by Ladyball. Not cool, man. Yeah, but I did do some trawling of the of the internet and did you know? What would you say is the most Christian Western country?
I don't know. Ireland? Spain?
I would make an argument that maybe the United States.
Really?
Yeah, because like in the 90s, 90% of Americans. This is from a Pew Research Center poll. 90% of Americans identified as Christians. 90%.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. But then something strange has started to happen. That number is starting to fall off a cliff. There was a recent, a follow-up poll by the Pew Research Center that in 2020, Christians only accounted for 64% of the American population, which is strange, right? Because I feel like from the 90s till now, religion has certainly played a much, I feel, bigger part in American politics. You know what I mean? The bad guys, especially around right after 9/11, it started to become a lot more present. And that goes right up until the Trump era. I think even Biden has kind of thrown the capital G into a few of his polls. And apparently, yeah, within a couple of decades, this is from CBS News, by the way. This is an article I stumbled upon. Christianity in the US is quickly shrinking. That's the thing. It's not kind of a steady decline. It's falling off of a cliff. I have a chart right here, and basically, just around the 2010s, it just starts to take a massive dip. Why do you think that would be? I'm asking you in chat, and I'm asking you, Ladybug. Why do you think Christianity in America is taking such a massive leap? I don't know.
There's another belief growing.
Well, there isn't. I mean, unless you count atheism, which I would consider can be as much of a belief as a belief in like a Judeo-Christian God. You could count atheism as a belief, and more people are actually identifying as Christian, as atheist, agnostic, or just nothing really. Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting. It's not like being replaced. Like people aren't becoming Buddhist. It's just kind of disappearing. Which is odd to me. I don't have a horse in the race. I'm an atheist. I don't care. Well, I do find it interesting because it has started to take, quite a front seat recently with the abortion ban and things like that, quite a front seat place at the table when it comes to American politics. Let's see. Yes, Rob, I believe you're right. That's the something of the internet, the power of the internet. Don't listen to CBS. They are atheists. Conflict of interest. Okay. COVID brainwashed them. See, this is for me. This is the deal for me. This is why I think. Because it's not just a phenomenon that's happening in the States. It's happening all over the world. It just so happens that it kind of falls off a cliff really within a short amount of time, like within a couple of years in the States. I would make the argument that we are going through so many tragedies right now, like unaided by our would-be kind of father in the sky. I think it's starting to turn people away from religion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it was after the catastrophes we are living.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I know you're saying, like, don't trust CBS, but this is a Pew Research Center poll that they're reporting on. It's actually been reported by more outlets than just that. Agnostic is the only one that does not have to have faith. CBS comment was a joke for people that don't know my twisted sense of humor, says Gandalf. We love it over here. Gandalf gets a ProBoh approved.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Oh man, I'm getting those tingles, guys. I'm getting those tingles up my spine because I'm having a good time. Mm-hmm. That only happens when I'm having a good time. Okay, so yeah. So it's an interesting little thought experiment for me. Because I think back to myself when because when I was young, when I was like a little boy, I was an altar boy. An altar boy, how do you even say that in Spanish?
I don't know, I was going to ask.
An altar boy, you know what they are though, right? The little kids that help the priest.
Okay.
What do you call them?
Monaguillos.
Monaguillos. Did I pronounce that well? Monaguillos. Guillos. Monaguillos. I'm so Spanish right now. Just give me my passport already, Spanish government. When you were a potato, exactly. Well, I was a little bit older than the potato stage. I could think and move, use the bathroom on my own. I was okay. I was mobile. And my gran made me go to church. She made me. There was no option of it. Like, it was me, my mother, and my grandmother. We had to go to church. And then it was just me and my grandmother, but we had to go to church. And what did my mum and my grandfather do? Well, my mum stayed at home, and my grandfather went around. Oh, the classic British car boot sale. Do you know what a car boot sale is, Ladyball?
Una venta ambulante.
Un venta ambulante? I don't know what that is.
No sé, vendiendo algo con el maletero.
In America, they would call it a garage sale, okay? But in England, or a flea market, I think you'd probably call it a rastro, right? Mm. I think that's the most similar. What would happen is a bunch of people would occupy a car parking lot, and they would sell things out of the back of their car. So my grandfather, while me and my grandmother were at church. I was at work. I was an altar boy. God damn. Come on. He would go and buy coffee machines in the car boot sale, which is like a flea market. And I say coffee machines because I don't know. He had this weird fascination with coffee machines. We had like 20 at one point. Coffee machines and little parts for cameras. That was his jam. So yeah, I had to go. I was forced by my grandmother until I was like 13, and it wasn't tragedy that turned me off of going to church. It was the fact, and Ladyball will attest to this. I love rastros, flea markets, and junk shops.
Yes, he does.
And it wasn't like turning away from God so much as it was turning towards buying €1 crap from a street vendor. I don't know why I stopped believing. I'll be honest. I don't know why it was. Do you? I mean, you are kind of ambiguously. You're ambiguous in your beliefs, right? Are you?
I'm agnostic.
Agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
But at any point in your life were you like a full true believer?
No.
Okay. You're always agnostic. It's interesting to me. Interesting conversations, guys. These are the things we should be talking about. You were monaguillo. A monaguillo. Thank you. I will forget that word as soon as it scrolls up from chat. That's how I learn languages.
And then you want nivelazos.
And then I want nivelazos. Hi, Ladybug, says Jeffa. Hi, Jeffa. Welcome to the show. I think religion and spirituality have gotten twisted into one thing, and people are fed up with it. Religion is corrupt and man-made, no matter what you think about. No matter what you think about something greater than yourself. I think there's a lot of truth to that. And there's been a lot of church scandals, particularly within the Catholic Church, right? I mean, I was raised Roman Catholic. The bridge. Oh, I like that, Rob. I was at work. I was an altar boy. God damn. I was an altar boy in a British church called St. Peter's, which I showed you, Ladybug, one time on a bus. That was where I was an altar boy. And then at this Italian church. The worst thing about the Italian church is that I was like a young kid doing things. And as an altar boy, you've got to kind of know when to do stuff. Like, now I take the cup. Now I hold the plate. But everything was in Italian. So for like the first 3 weeks, I just completely screwed it up. But they can let me continue. Whatever. I'm not gonna complain.
Do you have photos of that?
I destroyed them all.
Oh,
I destroyed them
I'll
all.
ask your mom.
No, there are no the only pictures that exist of me as a child are the ones you've already seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's a true story. There aren't many baby pictures of me. Scandal in all churches, no matter the denomination, says Gandalf. You know what we should do, guys? While we're getting into subjects that are a little bit on the unpopular side, let's go to unpopular opinions.
Unpopular opinion.
Ooh. Unpopular opinion. This is where I post a poll on my social media of an unpopular opinion. People agree with me or not. Today, the audience was split. Half of the people thought it was a good thing. I think Instagram really agreed. Twitter really disagreed.
Yeah.
And thus is life, folks. And thus is life. So I'm going to be coming from the middle here a little bit. Because today's unpopular opinion is... what was it? Sorry. Today's unpopular opinion was that we should stop making electric cars. Gas cars. Yeah, that would make me a real ass, wouldn't it? No more electric cars. Sod this. Let's just burn. Everyone take your hairspray and just spray it directly into the sky. We should stop making petrol or gasoline cars. That was the theme of today's unpopular opinion. So let's get into it. What do you think about this, friends? What do you think, Ladybug? Should we stop making gasoline petrol
Absolutely.
cars? Yeah?
Yeah, we all should buy electric cars, but they are more expensive.
Do you think the price of electric cars will increase or decrease over time?
Decrease.
I will make an argument right now that they will not. They will only get more expensive. Why, you might ask? Because of the materials that are required to make them. Basically, lithium ion batteries contain rare earth elements, right? Rare earth material, and they're just in the Earth's crust, but they do cause, by the way, a lot of pollution to dig them out. But I'm talking about things like manganese, nickel, cobalt, which let me not get into the toxic polluting part of this. Let's stick to the price. And these are not called rare earth elements because they're abundant. You know what I mean? They're rare, and the rarer they get, the more expensive it's going to be, at least to manufacture the batteries.
But they will find another way.
Well, interestingly enough, I read an article relatively recently of another kind of battery using molten salt. I don't know if you guys picked up on this. I can't remember which publication it was that where I read that. But yeah, there are new battery technologies. But electric cars, as they stand right now, they're expensive. Not only because, because it's a new technology, it's relatively niche, but because they're very, very expensive. It's very, very expensive to extract the materials needed to make the batteries. The longer the duration of the battery, the bigger it is, the more expensive it is to manufacture. I'm sure that makes sense to everyone. Don't get a shock if you drive an electric car in the rain, says Gandalf. I'm sure there's some pictures, Ladybird. No, there isn't. I've destroyed them all. Luby.
We'll see.
There's none.
At Christmas.
There's none. If there are any more, get ready. We're having a bonfire. Rare earth, better than flat earth, says the bridge. A lot of houses don't have the electric circuits to charge the cars as well. It's a huge deal in some parts of the US. Well, there we go. Let's talk about the positive and the negative. We've started brushing upon the negative, right? The amount of pollution that is caused by the extraction of these rare earth minerals. And not only does it kind of create pollution in the air, I'm talking about the water supplies too.
But what about petrol?
We'll get there. And additionally, lithium-ion batteries don't only exist in cars. I'm going to be quite frank about that up now. They exist in your mobile phone. A lot of these elements, cobalt, etc., they're in your mobile phone. They're in a lot of batteries that we use today. But obviously, the batteries in an electric car are much, much bigger. If you ever have you ever heard about those fires in landfills? Because a lot of those are caused by the inappropriate disposal of lithium-ion batteries. You know what I mean? And that is pumping a lot of poison into the air. So, what am I getting at here? Okay, because we're talking about the negative side. If you guys remember back to the 90s, I know I'm not on the platform here to be talking about 30 years ago, but if you guys remember back to the 90s, there was a big push to stop using paper. Let's halt our use of paper to save the rainforests, and let's use plastic bags. Where has that gotten us? We've all got plastic in our bloodstream. The fish, we eat fish with plastic in their bodies. Basically, the planet is being choked by plastic. All I'm saying is perhaps, just perhaps, we should walk before we run. Why am I saying this? Well, because most of you probably have heard the news that California is phasing out, is banning the sale of electric cars. I think it's by 2035 they want to be selling no electric cars. Dude, only a few weeks ago, California had to ask its residents to stop charging their electric cars because it strained their power grid so much. And it was a period of a heat wave, and obviously everyone's using air conditioning. Please stop charging your electric cars. With what's going on in the world right now and our power supply, are we really that confident to trust the nation's or any nation's blood supply, which is basically our roads, on an already strained grid, an already strained power system? And there are much more obvious arguments that people make, for example, electric car is powered by coal. Because the vast majority of the Earth's power supply is generated by coal, which when you burn it releases mercury, lead, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides and particulates into the atmosphere. You know what I mean? Is there really such a thing as a green car? Not right now. Not right now. But let's switch to the positive, and we'll deal a little bit with the positive. Okay, so we're burning coal to charge our cars, but slowly but surely, a lot of that energy that we used to produce by coal is starting to be produced by renewable methods, which is great. Compared to the conventional internal combustion engine, over the lifespan of the car, no matter how polluting it is to make one, over the lifespan of an electric car, it will pollute less than a conventional internal combustion engine. And that's just a fact. There are a lot of myths out there saying that electric cars are more polluting than petrol cars, and that's just not accurate. Because over the lifespan of the car, they are more polluting to make, but over the lifespan of the car, because they have no tailpipes, and they're not producing any bad air. You know what I mean? They're not spitting out any toxins, ozone, lead, hydrocarbons. They're not putting any of that out into the atmosphere. And then not to mention that like Audi want to stop selling gas models by 2026, Ford, General Motors, Mercedes-Benz, and 30 countries have pledged to eliminate the sale of gas and diesel-powered cars by 2035. Should we stop making electric cars, petrol cars, guys? I'm not the one to decide. You guys are. I'm going to post a poll in the chat, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Guys, that was an interesting little debate today. Oh my gods. Did Rob get serious? I think he did. Look, my friends, there are so many amazing things, weird and wonderful things you could be doing with your day today. And instead of doing those things, you've taken a few seconds out to come and spend some time with me and Ladybot. And that means the absolute world. Guys, I will be back in a few short minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show.
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ProBoh Show. Whoa, what a morning. Oh my god, or what an afternoon, or what an evening, depending where you're listening. Yeah, what did we talk about in the first half? We spoke about Ladybot fat shaming me. How I used to be an altar boy, and and because of that I grew an addiction to flea markets. And then we went into an unpopular opinion. Should we stop making petroleum cars? An interesting debate. I ended up concentrating way too much on the negative because I ran out of time, but there are many positives, and I'm a big fan of electric vehicles. Not even just electric cars, even electric mobility vehicles like scooters and the monocycle things. I love them. And I currently don't drive, and if I were to drive, it would be an electric vehicle. Because, as I said, over the lifetime of the car, you pollute a lot less. And that's good for everybody, isn't it? And also, you know, if you can generate your own electricity at home via solar panels or wind farm or water, whatever you're using, you can actually be quite self-sufficient, you know. But no one cares what I think. I'm just a monkey here. I will tell you that 60% of the people in the chat said no. We should not stop making gasoline cars. And I made a bit of an error in the first part of the show. I did say California was trying to phase out electric cars. The opposite. They're phasing out petroleum cars. My bad. And thank you, Ravdos, for picking up on that. Let me get to...
ProBoh approved.
Thank you, Ladybot. Let me get to some comments because I ended up speaking so much through that. It's a huge deal. So Gandalf said a lot of houses don't have the electrical circuits to charge their cars as well, and it's a huge deal in some parts of the US. I think if electricity to charge the cars was a lot less than gas, then there would be a higher adoption rate as well. Well, look, here's the thing. They're developing new batteries. I saw on them... Futurology on Reddit is an amazing source of kind of current affairs / science, you know, and they're actually developing a battery that charges in something like 90% of the time of a lithium-ion battery. Wow. And I mean, if a lot of these things actually, I mean, and this technology, don't forget, is, even though, you know, the first cars ever made were electric cars. It's not like we're changing to electric cars. We're going back to electric cars. Mm-hmm. But as we adopt more of this technology, the technology will get better. That's how the world works, you know. More efficient, cheaper, you know what I mean? Especially if we get away from those rare earth elements. Anyway, let me continue with the chat. The bridge says, maybe we should think a little more before we do anything. Yeah, but I will say, even though I am a big fan of the electric vehicle movement, I was alive in the 90s, and I do remember, stop using paper bags, don't waste paper. Let's move to plastic. And look at where that got us. I mean, I think maybe a lot of that happened in the 90s was a lot of could have been like the oil industry. I mean, because don't forget, plastic is essentially made from oil, but who knows, man, who knows. Again, I'm an idiot. Let's continue. Then Ravdos went on to correct me about California. I'm sorry if I must have said at some point they're phasing out electric cars. The opposite of that. I trust like 3 people right now, and them only when I'm awake. Trust the government? Where's the off switch? Says Gandalf. Rob loves to tingle, just saying. Rob is not sorry when the tingle starts, he just goes with it. I know, I do. When I get into my rhythm, when I turn my mouth on and the tingles happen, man, that's when you got to worry. Yeah, and I spell when I released the poll on Twitch, and then I cut and paste it into the poll. It cut and pasted my original spelling error. My bad, guys. Yeah, my autocorrect, Gandalf, exactly. You got to remember, I write those real early in the morning. It does it to me all the time. Once you type a word wrong several times, it just replaces it. Exactly. Eat shorts and go food yourself. That kind of stuff. I was writing about King Charles' eyes, and it got changed to ears. Isn't King Charles kind of famously memeable for his ears? I think so.
Yes, he is.
And now for his hatred of pens. What a strange character.
Yeah.
By not being like a monarchist, when I was a lot younger, I was a lot more militant with my beliefs about everything. I was like really atheist. I was really kind of anti-monarchist. And when you get older, you just learn not to care so much. I think, or at least we should. I think everyone should just chill out a bit, And that's what I like about this show and presenting it to you guys. Is you guys know not to take me 100% seriously. And, it's okay that we have different opinions. It's okay. And if I do anger you, I like it. Your tears are delicious, and your anger makes me more powerful. That's how that works. I have a song. I sat on some Tupperware. Now I have a tomato in my underwear. Yeah, that's the fat shaming. That's the fat shaming that happened. Rob, you have mellowed. I have mellowed, Bridge. Let's see. I am so old that I pollute everywhere I walk. Hashtag crop dusting. Hashtag drive-by. Hashtag fat bombing. Have you ever fat bombed someone or done a drive-by?
No.
Or crop dusting? I have.
I believe you.
Yeah. I have. And I will regularly fart in an elevator as I'm about to get out.
No.
Just a little gift for the next people that get on.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Ravdos. The issue with electric vehicles is ramping up production of electricity to meet the demand. We currently have issues maintaining electric power for just cooling homes during the summer months. Add every single vehicle on the road into the mix, and we're woefully not there yet. That is true. And there's a big question of whether we will be there even by 2035. And that's not just in the States, here in Europe too. I mean, our electricity grid isn't quite as I don't want to say bad, but it's a little bit more developed than in the States. But our supply is our problem. In Europe, our problem is not the grid, it's the supply. Mm-hmm. Rob is my spirit animal. Thank you, Gandalf. That gets a ProBoh approved.
ProBoh approved.
You know what, guys? Let's go to 100 humans. It was a long walk to work today, friends, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question was to name something people do for fun, even though it scares them. Name something that people do for fun, Que se hacen para divertirse. Right?
Vaya nivelazo.
That one felt good.
Bueno, que lo hacen para divertirse.
And what did I say?
Que se hacen.
Oh, poo. Never mind.
Almost.
Almost. I appreciate the pity nivelazo.
It's.
Still counts.
I was gonna say it's Friday, but yes, it was pity.
All right, here we go. So name something people do for fun, even though it scares them. I asked 100 people. I have the 7 most popular answers. Your job in chat is to identify those answers. All right, here we go. We've got a lot of answers. Watch scary movies. Horror movies.
Oh.
That's a good one. Is horror movies there? Yes, it is. With 11 of the 100 humans saying horror movies, it's in 3rd place. Well done. Okay, what else? Roller coasters. Ride roller coasters, says Ravdos. To ride roller coasters. Montañas rusas.
Ah.
Yeah.
Vaya nivelazo.
I left a pause
Okay.
for you. For
Yeah,
you to catch up
I
there.
noticed.
You were like, wow, that was so educational. Is this really Rob? To ride roller coasters. Is it there? Yes, it is. It was the number 1 answer from Ravdos. Congratulations. 51 of the 100 humans said to ride roller coasters. Gandalf said it right after. Okay, eat spicy food. To eat spicy food. Is it there? It's not there. I'm sorry. It's not there. It was a great answer, but it's not there. Although I've got to say, does it scare you? I suppose it could if you're really sensitive to spicy food. Ladyboy, you are one of the few Spaniards I know that can actually handle real spicy food.
I love it.
Yeah. It's like in Spain, it's like, I don't know, they eat ketchup and they're like, oh my God. Ooh, no. I don't get it. All right, let's see. Let's continue. Skydiving. Skydiving, says Gandalf. Is skydiving there? Yes, it is. Well done, Gandalf. Great answer. Skydiving is the 4th most popular answer, with 9 of the 100 humans saying they skydive even though it scares them. Okay, something people do for fun even though it scares them. Hang gliding. Hang gliding. Is hang gliding there? It's not there. I'm sorry. Fly aeroplanes. This was from Ravdos. To fly aeroplanes. Is flying aeroplanes something people do for fun even though it scares them? It's not there. It's not there. Okay. Rock climbing, says Gandalf. Rock climbing. Rock climbing. It's there. It's there. 7th most popular answer, with 4 of the 100 humans saying rock climbing. Very, very good. Okay, diving. Diving's not there. It's not there, I'm afraid. Go to an amusement park, says Ladyball.
Yeah, it's the same. I didn't know.
Riding a roller coaster. Going to
Yeah.
an amusement park. For the price, right? It's like, oh no. Dude, to go to Warner Brothers, we have a Warner Brothers park here in Madrid. To go there, you have to mortgage your house. You have to sell a kidney to get into the Warner Brothers park. Okay, it's not there, Ladybug. I'm sorry. Gandalf says going on dates. It is terrifying, but it's not there.
Oh, that's a good one.
It is a good one. Ravdos, sex. You know, it's scary, but it's fun at the same time. Is sex there? No, it's not. Sorry. Okay, the bridge and Nuryatam, almost at the same time, said bungee jumping. Bungee jumping. Is bungee jumping there? Yes, it is. Well done. 12 of the 100 humans says bungee jumping. It's in second place. Well done, you guys. Racing, says Nuria. Racing. Speed racing. Driving quickly. Is driving quickly there? Yes, it is. It's the sixth most popular answer, with 5 of 100 humans saying driving quickly or racing. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Ravdos has put going to haunted houses. You've put going to an amusement park. We're going to smash those together and say, like, a fun house. A fun house. And it's there. Well done. Both Ladybo and Ravdos. A fun house is there. It's in 5th place with 8 of the 100 humans in a fun house. Okay, let's see. Argue with your mother-in-law, says Jariam. That is too scary to be on the list. I'm afraid, Jariam. Too scary. Scared people too much. Okay, so you guys got roller coasters, bungee jumping, horror movies. Did you get... Yeah, you got skydiving, you got funhouse, you got drive... Oh my God! You did it!
Oh.
Let's go through the list. Okay, I asked 100 humans to name something they do for fun, even though it scares them. In position number 7 was rock climbing, with 4 of 100 humans saying rock climbing. In position number 6 was driving quickly or racing. In position number 5 was a fun house or a haunted house, amusement park. That had 8 of 100 humans saying that. In position number 4 was skydiving. Skydiving. That is Darwin waiting to happen, isn't it? Skydiving. Skydiving and bungee jumping, both of them. It's like, I'm going to jump off this bridge and I'm going to tie an elastic band to my legs. It's going to be so much fun. It's like, yeah. Can I just update your insurance before you do that, please? Made payable to me. Okay. In position number 3 was horror movies. To watch horror movies, something people do for fun, even though it scares them. In position number 2 was bungee jumping. Bungee jumping with 12. Have you ever done bungee jumping, Lady
No.
Not me neither.
And I won't.
Yeah. I like my life too much. Although people who've done it say it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Okay, and finally, in position number 1. This answer was from, what was it? Roller coasters. It was from both Gandalf and Ravdos. In first place was roller coasters with 51. 51 of the humans saying roller coasters. Well done, guys. Not a single clue. Oh my God, it is a special day today. Let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news.
Okay, podcast friends, you're either listening to this directly on Friday night or Saturday morning or Sunday morning. For those of you who are listening on the radio, it's currently Monday morning. But for us here, friends, it's Friday. And Friday, I've had the habit of being able to fool you. So I work hard on the news on a Friday. Let's see if I can keep the trend. Complete the news. Okay, how does this work? I give you a news headline with some important information missing. I'll also give you 3 options. Using those 3 options, you simply have to complete the news. In the chat, for those of you who are watching or maybe too nervous to type, all you have to write here is A, B, or C. So easy. Okay, so let's go to complete the news. Okay. Okay. We're going to do... I hope this is piece of news number 1. Let's see. No, this is going to be piece of news number 2, Ladybug.
Okay.
Okay. Dude, I can't find the piece of news number 1. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. Piece of news at number 2. Okay, here we go. So, a blank rolls through an LA crime scene in a viral video, confusing policemen. So, blank rolls through a Los Angeles crime scene in a viral video that confused policemen. But what is blank? Is it A, an old lady in a wheelchair? En silla de ruedas.
¡Wow! ¡Qué nivelazo!
I saw it coming, and I appreciate every single one of them. Is it A, an old woman in a wheelchair? Is it B, a hamster in a ball? A hamster in a ball. Or is it C, a food delivery robot? Okay, a food delivery robot. A robot that I assume delivers food. I don't know. You can't make this stuff up. A, B, or C, guys? Ooh, seeing all the votes coming in. This is interesting. Okay, let's go back to that story 1 second. Oh, no, not that one. Blank rolls through a Los Angeles crime scene in a viral video as confused police look on. Okay, is it A, an old lady in a wheelchair? Is it B, a hamster in a transparent plastic ball? Or is it C, a food delivery robot? Oh my god, guys. Only Jareon bravely said an old lady in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Everybody else said C, a food delivery robot. Why do you think it's a food delivery robot, Ladybug?
Because the other two are too silly.
Let's get a drum roll. A food delivery robot rolls through a Los Angeles crime scene in a viral video as confused police people look on. I tried to pick a kind of normal kind of news story, and because you always normally go for the weirdest answers, and I have failed today.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't fool us.
I didn't fool you. Okay, when you've got a job to do, you got a job to do. At least that's the work ethic of a food delivery robot named Connie, whose indifferent actions went viral this week after she rolled through a Los Angeles crime scene. There you go. That piece of news was from usatoday.com. Go and check that out for yourself. A food delivery robot that, in blatant disregard of the police crime scene, just rolled on through to deliver food. Dude, I approve. You know what I mean? I don't want, like, when I order from Uber or something, I don't want, if it could be the end of the world, I want my goddamn pizza. Or fried chicken, whatever the hell it is. Okay, next piece of news. This one's coming from Newsweek. We're in America for both of these news items today. Okay. Rob, you misjudged our reaction. I did. Let's see if I have better luck with the second one. Okay. An avalanche of blank spills out onto the highway after a truck flips over. To flip over is to dar la vuelta.
¡Wow! ¡Qué nivelazo!
Avalanche of blank spills out onto the highway after a truck flips over. I usually choose the weirdest one. This was the most obvious. Oh. Okay, let's see. Piece of news 2. I might get you now. Okay. So an avalanche. In Spanish, I'm going to guess here. I don't know how you say it. I'm going to guess avalanche.
Oh.
No, what is
avalanche.
it? Ah! Damn it. Okay, avalanche of blank spills out onto the highway after a truck flips over. A, sex toys. B, classic Furbies. I don't know what... Did you have Furbies in Spain?
Furbies.
Furbies. Okay. Or C, ping pong balls. In Spanish, ping pong, right?
Bolas de ping pong.
Bolas de ping pong. Okay. Avalanche of blank spills out onto the highway after a truck flips over. Is it A, sex toys? B, classic Furbies, imagine the noise. Or C, ping pong balls. A, B, or C? I can see you're less confident now. I can see that. I can see you're less confident. The answers aren't coming as quickly. Woo-hoo. Ladyboy, you're standing on your own today with answer B, which was classic Furbies.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go for it, she says. We have 3 people answering A, sex toys. 2 saying C, which was which was ping pong balls. Let's get a drum roll. an avalanche of sex toys spill out on the highway. Well done. Well done. I failed the unpopular opinion. I failed at complete the news. I'm ending the week as a failure. Feels bad, man. But you guys know I can't resist a good sex toy story. You know what I mean? That's just them's are just the facts. Okay. A video of what appeared to be sex toys and lubricant spread across a freeway following a truck crash has gone viral on social media. The incident took place on the I-40 near Mustang on the outskirts of Oklahoma City on Wednesday. Don't forget the Tupperware too, says Gandalf. Saw that last night, says Ravdos. Ah, wow. And good job, good on you, Ravdos, for knowing the answer and not spoiling it, man. There you go. So an avalanche of sex toys. Guys, wow, what a show. What have we covered today? So much. I've covered being fat-shamed by my girlfriend, being an altar boy. We talked about electric vehicles. We looked at fun but scary activities. And we talked about a food delivery robot that rolled through an LA crime scene and an avalanche of sex toys. What a horrible way to die. Like, like in an obituary where they're normally saying passed away in his sleep, tragically passed away in a car accident, tragically crushed to death by an avalanche of sex toys. Imagine that. That is not the way to go. It's not how you want to be remembered, is it, folks? So yeah, guys, it's been a fun week of programs this week. I've had such a good time. Remember, if you are listening to this on the podcast, you are super sexy and hot and intelligent. Or if you're listening to this on the radio, you're also an amazing human being. But you can also join the show live on twitch.tv/professional bohemian. You can join us live, just like Ravdos, Gandalf, The Bridge, Jareon, Ladybo, Nuriatam, Lube, all these people who join in and make the show what it is. You can join them and have just as much fun. Guys, there's so many things you could be doing today. I mean, it's such a beautiful day out there. Open the window, smell the fresh air. And instead of doing any of those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with me. And let me tell you, folks, it means the absolute world. I will be back on Monday evening at 8 o'clock in the evening, or on Monday morning or Tuesday morning for you radio listeners at 8:30. And for you podcast people, I never go away. I'm omnipresent. Guys, see you next time.